Alrighty. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Welcome to our webinar on the future of HR work with AI. If you're not familiar with Intecrowd, we are a full-service Workday partner, and we offer initial deployment, Phase X, and post-production support services for HCM, financials, adaptive planning, integrations, Extend, and more. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, please submit those via the Q&A feature, and we will take some time to answer those at the end. With that, I'll pass it over to our presenters to get us started.
So I'm Dawn Suter. I am a senior consultant and team lead at Intecrowd, and I will be talking to you about some of the functionality with AI within HCM.
Hi, I'm Darby Rupert, and I will be joining Dawn and Brent. I will be talking through Peacon's AI capabilities.
Hey everybody, Brent Pappenfuss, manager of the Extend section here at Intecrowd. I'm going to be talking about the usage of AI in Workday Extend, as well as some details on Agentic AI.
So we can go to the next slide. So when we start talking about HR within Workday and AI, we're going to be focusing today on things like talent acquisition and recruitment, some job descriptions and how you can reduce biases, resume screening, chatbots, candidate ranking, screening and matching, and things like that. So if we go into the next slide, right here, you're seeing the Job Architecture Hub. So this was something that was released as part of the 2025 R2 release. So it just came out. And the Job Architecture Hub aids an organization in managing your job data by providing tasks and reports that streamline the process. One of its benefits is the efficiency it'll bring to your organization, because it can speed up the process for analyzing your job architecture structure and providing suggestions for addressing data gaps or profiles that may have been outdated over time. We can move to the next slide. Okay. So here we see job description generation. We've got a little video showing what's going on. But this will allow you to streamline hiring and recruiting. It's able to draft job descriptions in minutes instead of taking hours. It's going to free up your HR team to focus on strategy and engagement, and instead of wordsmithing. It'll improve consistency and compliance, ensuring that there's alignment with company tone, style, and branding. You can also include required compliance language, EEO accessibility, legal disclaimers automatically. This tool will also identify core skills and competencies, and will also help shift the focus from degrees and years and experience to skills and outcomes. It'll create clear, engaging, inclusive postings that resonate with candidates, and AI can suggest gender-neutral or bias-free wording to appeal to diverse talent pools. It will optimize postings with the right keywords for job boards, career sites, and search engines, and can benchmark against market job board data to ensure competitiveness. This will generate tailored descriptions for multiple roles or geographies quickly. Going into feedback, so as part of the last release too, there's changes to feedback. And so as workers go in and they type in text, the questions can receive suggestions for improving their input. So this will be for text questions within a feedback template, as well as those not included in a template. So as your workers put in their answer, they can have Workday suggest improved responses. For development items, as part of the past release and preview, you have the ability to generate development items. So the example we have here is through the Career Hub. The Workday is identifying specific development items that might be applicable for that worker. It also works as if an employee is entering their own development item. As they put in the development item title or they put in skills, it can also draft the development item for them. Moving forward to Smart Search and Virtual Assistants. So these are becoming smarter and context aware. So they're able to understand the intent instead of just matching keywords. So with these, a user can go ahead and search for project management and healthcare, and it's going to bring up candidates with PMP certifications and hospital IT project experience, not just resumes that have the word project. It's going to recognize related terms. So software engineer equals developer, full stack is front end. And then it's going to also provide 24/7 support. So as you're getting new hires into your organization, they can ask questions anytime about benefits, payroll policies, IT setup, and they don't have to wait for HR to be open or for office hours or emails. It's going to guide employees through tasks step by step, from completion, training modules, documents, and will send them reminders so that nothing is missed. It's going to answer small but important questions, parking, dress code, system logins, which will also reduce first day anxiety. Okay, going to the next slide. So we also do have AI screening and candidate matching through Workday and through HiredScore. So it's going to improve the match quality. So it's going beyond keywords. It's going to look at things like the worker's skills, the worker's experience, career trajectory, and even inferred capabilities. It's going to identify transferable skills that humans or traditional systems might miss, and will save the recruiter time. It's going to instantly rank and prioritize applicants, surfacing the top candidates from large pools so that recruiters don't have to review every resume manually. It's also going to reduce the bias. It will apply consistent criteria across all candidates and can be trained to avoid bias-heavy factors, such as schools, gaps in employment. Candidates will feel that they're being considered based on their actual skills and fit, not just the keywords. Okay. And we can move on to the next one where we'll pass it over to Darby.
Peakon is another area in Workday that is really flexing very strongly in the AI space. We've seen a lot of rapid adoption in Peakon using AI to gauge sentiment and provide real-time coaching based on information. So a lot of these sentiment analysis can do things like spot problems early. AI is analyzing responses to flag disengagement, confusion, or frustration in the early onboarding of an employee. It can prevent small issues too, things like benefits confusion, unclear role expectations from becoming reasons to quit because it's spotting that very early. It also helps improve retention. That early engagement is critical. Those employees who feel supported in onboarding through automated surveys, they're more likely to stay, their voice is being heard, as well as pulse surveys for your continuous employees, and HR can take action off of those before a new hire or any sort of employee feels neglected. Personalized insights and personalized journeys are essentially AI detecting sentiment trends in things like the open text feedback in Peakon, not just the scores, but also that text feedback that is given at the end of each question. It's providing managers with actionable suggestions, saying, hey, let's schedule a check-in. Maybe you should offer more training on X system based on the results coming back from your surveys. That enables more of a manager support to be able to let them to be able to have visibility in how new hires and their employees are adapting without waiting for annual reviews. It also helps them tailor their coaching and onboarding approach to their teams based on some of those actionable suggestions that Peakon is running and providing real-time coaching to them. It's also creating a feedback culture. A new hire submits some information. The information is read. The manager can respond back to the new hire. They're seeing that their voice is heard from day one. So it's building a lot of trust and signaling, that the employee experience matters. And the other thing too is that this is very scalable. With automated survey distribution, reminders, and then analysis, you can automate for very large organizations with hundreds of new hires starting at once, and have pulse surveys going to detect any sort of challenges or things that are ongoing in the culture. And you're constantly looking at sentiment analysis by using Peakon and a lot of the AI tools that are underneath it, taking a look at the information. Let's go to the next slide. Oh, perfect. So some additional great AI features in Peakon are the AI translation and AI comment summaries. So for translations, AI is taking the baseline of comments in any language. So you can essentially, it's a text box, you can enter any information, and it is translating them into English. Later, it's summarizing them in our AI summary section for the sentiment of these responses. But it's taking everything and baselining them in English and also maintaining the original text. So this is a really big step in solving global challenges in a blink of an eye with no additional tools or time either. It's automatically in Peakon. And you can see in the screenshot where a comment was translated if you wanted to see the original text as well too, but it's going to translate things for you, and you have that as soon as it's entered essentially. Comment summaries is where AI is reading all the comments and summaries. So again, it might be taking everything, translating it into English, and summarizing themes for your Peakon survey. So your AI summary can be ran multiple times with different filters, different factors, different managers, and show their particular teams or particular groups summaries. Leaders have summaries in seconds, providing valuable fast feedback they can take action from. So again, we're translating from AI, and then we're verbalizing using AI comment summaries. And then the feedback is fast and very actionable. And given the nature of Peakon, you can be summarizing your data before your survey is even over with actionable suggestions, all based on your AI processing of your employees' results. So as a Peakon product lead, I've seen very quick adoption in Peakon over the last few years in the AI space, and I'm excited for what's next. And with that, I will pass it to Brent.
All right, so I'm going to be talking about AI as it relates to Workday Extend. So for those of you who may not be familiar with Workday Extend as of yet, just a quick little summary of it. It's a great way to get new functionality right into your Workday tenant by building custom applications that do exactly what you want them to do. There's a lot of great tools available to build things in different ways, to add new pages, new objects, new business processes, and of course, Workday Extend has AI features available within it as well. So there are two different flavors of Workday Extend. There is Workday Extend Essentials and Workday Extend Professional. Most of the AI features are currently only available in the Professional SKU. That doesn't mean that you necessarily can't use AI at all, because of course there's non-Workday AIs out there you can use, such as ChatGPT and Amazon's Bedrock. There's options out there, but to get the baked-in AI that Workday is offering, that's part of the professional SKU for Extend. And what does that get you? So that's first of all going to get you Extend Copilot. And first question I get with this one is, oh, so it's related to Microsoft? No, different Copilot entirely. This is the Extend Copilot, no relation to any of the other 15 AIs named Copilot. But it's a way to be able to intelligently ask questions about what you're trying to do and Extend and get answers back from them by having this AI companion that is going to know the documentation and be able to talk back and forth with you to get to the exact kind of solutions you're looking for. In addition to that, it also offers code generation. So you can get a quick and easy start on building an application by saying, here's the type of app I want, and it will attempt to build a application that meets those needs and build with that all the different components that come along with it. So there's a lot of time saving in just having that Copilot functionality. In addition, Workday has what they call the AI Gateway, which includes a variety of APIs and widgets that are powered by AI sources. And so we'll talk about some of those more in detail here. The first one is document intelligence, as along with the custom document parser. This is a way to be able to extract data directly from files and label it for inputting data. As an example, using the custom document parser, we did a hackathon earlier this year at DevCon. And for that hackathon, we put together an application to be able to coordinate travel plans when going to company events and doing company travel. And part of that was building a document parser specific to flight itineraries to be able to take those together and build out reports that showed, here's when everyone's leaving, here's when they're taking off, here's what the other details of their flight, and have that automatically taken care of. We did that by being able to build a custom parser by telling the AI, here's the kind of data we're looking for, here's what to look out for on these types of documents, and bring us back this variety of information. And it was able to do that. There's also the specific types of documents supported just without the custom document parsers, such as receipts. And I'll show off a little bit of that here in a minute. Machine learning forecaster. This is something to allow you to make informed predictions for financial planning, sales projections, and more. So if you've got a lot of accounting related items and you're doing a lot of forecasting, that's going to help make the process a lot simpler by basically giving all that data that you would normally be combing through and working with over to the AI for it to do those steps for you, and to be able to come out with an intelligent plan of what your future forecast would look like based on all the data it has available within Workday. Data query, this one is something that allows us to just ask questions basically about data that we're looking for to the AI and return back the commands that'll get us that type of data. If you're not familiar with WQL, it's kind of like a more text heavy approach of making a custom report. And this would be able to generate those WQL queries for you rather than you having to build them out yourself. And it will also allow you to find specific reports that you're looking for, where you could just type in, hey, I'm looking for all the new hires from the last 3 months. It's going to go through, it's going to look for your reports, look at the data sources, look at the fields, try to find the ones that make the most sense, and give back to you that list of reports. Sentiment analysis, we already talked about that a little bit as part of other functionalities within Workday, but that is available in Extend as well. And I'll show off a demonstration of that as well, but basically determining the tone of a message and being able to see right away whether it's negative, positive, or neutral. Skill clouds and skill relevance. This is going to allow you to be able to go through a document or a block of text and figure out what the skills that someone has available are, and be able to compare that against job profiles to determine, all right, does this person have the right details for the job? So that's something that is able to be done right within Workday Extend as well. And then one thing that's coming soon is a rich text prompt. We saw a bit ago about, I believe it was a job description there, of generating text for fields within Workday. That's available in Extend as well. And the great thing is that those generation prompts are custom. So you can tell it to make it sound more professional, make it sound more fun. You can tell it exactly the type of way that you want it to express what's being typed. And all you got to do is just put in a few words, hit generate, and it will write out the rest for you. So I'm going to show a little bit of this functionality real quick here. So let me just pull up a GMS tenant that we have, and I will show you a little bit about how these AIs actually work. So for example, we're looking at the sentiment analysis with the AI gateway right here. And we're just going to plop in some text here. We're going to say that maybe we're building out a performance development app of some variety, and we want to be able to provide feedback to employees. And so in this case, we have an employee who's not performing as we would like them to, and we need to let them know that, right? And so we're going to start by saying your performance as of late has not met expectations, do better or you're fired. I think most of us should agree that's probably not the way that any manager should really approach things, but we'll let the AI confirm that for us, and we can see that the overall sentiment is negative. So we see right away, okay, maybe I should go back and dress that up a little differently. So let's modify that, and we're going to say, all right, your performance as of late has not met expectations. Here are the areas of improvement we need you to focus on to avoid disciplinary action. All right, more straight to the point. And when we analyze this, this is going to say, all right, that's neutral. That's pretty good. That's it's a solid statement. It's a direct telling the employee what they need to know. But I would like them to leave a conversation on more of a positive note, to be honest with you. Even if they have things to do, we want to make sure we are encouraging and not just tearing them down. So let's add a little bit more flavor to this. So your performance as of late has not met expectations. Here are some areas of improvement we need you to focus on to avoid disciplinary action. I know you have a lot of great skills, and I'm sure that with effort, you'll be able to turn things around. I feel like that's pretty good. Let's hit analyze text. The AI agrees. Now we've got a positive statement here. You can even see how confident it is in its result, in this case saying that this is a 77% positive statement, which is exactly what I'm looking for when working with my reports. So that's an example of sentiment analysis. What else do we have? We'll show off one more demonstration here with scan document with the AI gateway. So as I said, we're able to provide documents for it to parse through and to provide back specific information for. So we're going to go with a receipt. And I was at Rising last month, and one of the days I was at Rising, there was a sandwich shop in the basement of a Macy's that I went to. It's pretty good, and I'm going to put that in as an expense here. So we're going to upload my receipt to that sandwich shop. We're going to hit OK. And so that's all I'm giving it. But it's going to come back. It's going to read through that document using OCR, optical character recognition. And it's going to try to determine the key elements of that receipt. And here we go. It's done so. It's got a confidence level of 1 for all of these, meaning that it is pretty darn. Well, actually, sorry, those are rounded up. We should look at the raw response here. Which, yeah, actually, those are still 1. So it's pretty darn sure of what it's come back with, which is great to see. So it's telling us the amount we spent was $21.79. That's correct. It was a sandwich. I think it was a sandwich, chips, and a drink, something like that. Date September 16th. That is, in fact, when I was in San Francisco. Merchant Boudin. I don't know how it's actually pronounced. I didn't ask when I was there, but that is the name of the sandwich shop, and it was in USD. Yes. So there we go. So quick and easy way to be able to get my expenses taken care of more consistently and free without me having to type everything in. It did it for me. And of course, if we wanted to, we could set this up to where if we wanted to be able to overwrite a field for whatever reason, we could do that too. We have options there. So those are just some examples of ways that we can utilize AI using the baked-in features of Extend Professional. The other thing I would like to talk about, in addition to Extend, is Agentic AI and specifically Flowwise. So when we talk about Agentic AI, we are talking about AI agents specifically. That's what the agentic means. I didn't get that in my head at first, so I wanted to make sure I say that because we're talking about agents. And the way that agents differ from just AI in general, or rather what their specific purpose is that they are intended to be independent, they are intended to take action, and they are intended to work alongside your workforce. Right now, the way that Workday described it at Rising is that we have we have our employees and we have our contingent workers. Agents are kind of the third pillar of that, just automated workers that are able to handle the more menial tasks and free up people to be able to do more meaningful things with their time. Flowwise, if you're unaware, is a tool that Workday recently acquired, and that's going to be built into Workday in the near future. So early access is intended to start in the first half of 2026. Safe harbor applies to that statement, and that's going to allow a simplified creation of agents for specific tasks that you would want to do. And so that could be really anything. That could be anything from just anytime that I hire an employee, I want them to receive this document, I want them to have this process kicked off, and I want this person notified. We can use an agent to simplify those tasks and start getting that onboarding going the way that we want it to without having to have people in between manually assigning anything, even from a business process level, manually hitting approve on something. We can have agents make intelligent decisions and leave the key approvals that we would need to humans, but having it make decisions and preparing those decisions, giving them to us and letting us act on them. To help with that, Workday is going to be introducing the agent system of record. This is currently in early access, but is going to be a way for your different agents to be monitored to see what their usages are. It's going to give you the ability to see which ones you currently have active, decommission ones that you don't want, add new ones in there, see how many times are being run, and as well as manage the security surrounding those agents. So basically a one-stop shop to handle all of your different agents, and that's including agents built within Workday, but also agents built outside of Workday as well. You have options for where your agents are being built. For samples of that, so Workday does have already an AI section of the marketplace and have put out a few agents that you can um, subscribe to for your own tenants. And so some of these agents on there, I've picked out a few. We have the recruiting agent, where the idea is that you match talent to business needs with advanced AI power, speed, and precision. Payroll agent, automating payroll processes, which include monitoring data health, streamlining payroll input, and exploring payroll data, as well as contract intelligence agent, where it continually scans your entire world of signed contracts and related documents. That right there is one of my favorite things about AI that I have seen so far. One of my personal favorite uses is just AI's ability to just comb through so much information to find just the pieces that you're looking for, to provide just the usable data you need, as well as making summaries, aggregations to get you just the details you're looking for. That's been a very helpful thing in my workflow for sure. So how is Intercrowd being involved with AI then? So let's talk about what we've been doing. So we're an early adopter to AI in general. We've been using AI for years. It's been a part of our workflows. We use it as an assistant with coding. We use it to build agents for existing projects that we've been working on. We use it in a variety of different ways. Almost every hackathon project we've done in the past several years has involved AI in some way as well. And we've built applications for existing customers using AI as well, or rather featuring AI functionality for those customers. So we have a mix of experience with what AIs we've used. So we've used the um, Workday delivered ones. We've used Amazon. We use ChatGPT. We've used a variety of different options out there. I think we're even messing around with Gemini as well. We're pretty we're pretty open to use whatever tool is the most sensible to get the job done. So we've got a good experience working with a variety of different options. We have included AI in our built on Workday apps as well, which, in case you're not aware, built on Workday, that is a way to get extend app functionality without an extend license right into your tenant. You subscribe directly for that one application that gets installed in your tenant. Very easy, quick installation overall. A normal implementation takes weeks. A configuration of a built-in Workday app takes usually just a few days, is all it is. So there's a lot of great uh, opportunity for having AI built into built-in Workday apps. So tools like our AI translation generator, where it will go through and translate tenanted data within your Workday tenant and do that all automatically. So it just picks out entire swaths of instances based on the classes you choose, gets them translated using Amazon's AWS AI endpoints, and then returns them back and automatically puts them into the tenant for you. Or our timesheet assistant, which uses an AI agent to intelligently go through calendars and determine determine how employees are spending their time during the week, and automatically make time blocks based on those calendar entries that they have, and not just putting in the time, but putting in the work tags as well by intelligently determining which work tags would make the most sense based on the calendar event. We also have several internal initiatives. So we are basically introducing agent creation as a new pillar for our technical services team, where for many years we've been doing integrations, we've been doing extend, we've been doing built on Workday. We've had those things as major components of what we do. We expect that agent creation is going to be one of those major things that we do as well. And we will be utilizing Flowise a lot to do that. We already have people on our teams who are familiar with Flowise, who are already building proof of concept agents using Flowise, not just things that um, you know are what they're imagining it could do, but actual fully functioning agents that are currently performing pretty neat tasks. So we've got people working on that. We intend to be building agents using Flowise for customers as well. So when the time comes when Flowise opens up and when these agents open up more, we absolutely will be intending to build them for people who want them, as like we would with any integration and like we would with any extend application. So that is all I'm going to say on that matter for now. And at this point, it looks like we're opening it up for questions. So I'll, Tia, turn it over to you for any questions we may have received.
Awesome. Thank you, Brent. If any of you guys have questions, please add them in the chat, and we'll also include a follow-up survey at the end. So if any of your questions don't get answered, feel free to leave them in there, and we'll be sure to connect with you after the session to answer those. With that, the first question, what is the setup involved for using AI tools in Pecan?
I'll take that one. So for using AI tools in Pecan, I would say it's really straightforward. A lot of that is either in access control. So if you're going to let managers see things like the curated insights, actionable micro courses, that's kind of just a toggle on, toggle off there. And then the other things like comment summaries and translations are kind of like a tenant setup, essentially, where you just opt into using those AI capabilities. And I believe that is found on the administration area on your account page. And that's just, again, like a simple opt-in kind of checkbox, but there's not a lot of additional things that you have to do and set up for that.
Great, thank you. Another question we have here is, can you configure the job architecture hub?
I can take that one. So there are going to be some limitations, but yes, you can customize it. So, similar to other hubs or dashboards, you can do things like rename the sections, hide certain sections. If you have any custom reports that you're already using, you can add suggested links to add those custom reports. You can also do announcements that are specific for that area and things like that.
Great, thank you so much. And we are at time here, so if any of you guys do have additional questions or any of the questions that we didn't have time to answer here, please feel free to submit those at the conclusion of the webinar. There'll be a survey, and we'll be sure to follow up with you on those questions. Again, thank you, Brent, Darby, and Don for presenting today, and all of you for attending. Please reach out to your ACC or email success@intercrowd.com if you have questions that you don't want to put in the follow-up survey and want to get some additional support on, but feel free to use that Q&A feature in the survey. It will be really helpful for us to follow up with you. Thank you all for attending, and have a great day.